Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel for America. Here are tonight's top stories.
President Al-Alimi highlights progress in security unification and services.
Presidential Leadership Council reviews security developments, condemns terror attack in Aden.
International reactions mount following Aden convoy bombing.
Welcome back into the details. The President of the Presidential Leadership Council says the state is making concrete gains in security reform and service delivery across celebrated areas. Meeting ambassadors of countries sponsoring the political process, Rashad Al-Alimi said institutions have moved forward in unifying security and military command, including the withdrawal of armed formations from the interim capital Aden and other provincial capitals. He confirmed the closure of illegal detention sites and the deployment of the National Commission to investigate human rights violations to carry out its mandate. Al-Alimi pointed to notable improvements in basic services, particularly electricity supply in Aden, alongside stronger financial discipline through the central bank. He also noted Saudi support for salary payments in development projects and said preparations are underway for an inclusive Southern Dialogue Conference in Riyadh, stressing the unified state authority is key to stability and counterterrorism.
The Presidential Leadership Council has reviewed key security and political developments, stressing unity of command and a firm response to terrorism. Meeting under the chairmanship of Rashad Al-Alimi, the Council welcomed new members Mahmoud Al-Subayhi and Salim Al-Khanbashi, completing its legal quorum and reaffirming continuity of constitutional authority. The Council discussed security and military developments in Aden and other liberated governorates, praising local authorities and security forces for maintaining public order and highlighting ongoing steps to redeploy forces outside provincial capitals. Members received initial briefings on the terrorist attack targeting the convoy of the commander of the 2nd Guards Brigade, describing it as a dangerous attempt to disrupt efforts to unify security and military decision-making. The Council reaffirmed its commitment to pursuing those responsible, welcomed Saudi Arabia's continued political and economic support, and reiterated support for an inclusive Southern Dialogue hosted by the Kingdom.
The Prime Minister has received the outgoing Portuguese ambassador, marking the end of his diplomatic mission. Prime Minister Shaya Zandani met in Aden with Portugal's non-resident ambassador to Yemen, Nuno Matias, for a farewell meeting following the completion of his tenure. The Prime Minister praised the ambassador's efforts in strengthening bilateral relations and Portugal's supportive positions toward the Presidential Leadership Council and the government, as well as its contributions to easing humanitarian conditions. The meeting also reviewed bilateral ties, coordination on shared issues in regional and international forums, and current national developments, including efforts to form the new government. For his part, Ambassador Matias conveyed congratulations on the Prime Minister's appointment and expressed appreciation for the cooperation he received during his mission.
In Aden, local authorities are reaffirming the commitment to the education sector. The Minister of State and Aden Governor Abdul Rahman Sheikh has confirmed the local authorities' commitment to continued support for teachers and to improving education standards across the governorate. During a meeting with the leadership of the Education Office in Aden, Sheikh said approved financial incentives are a legitimate right for teachers and will continue to be paid. He stressed that education remains a top priority for the local authority given its central role in development and stability. The meeting also reviewed the current stage of the educational process and ways to strengthen its stability.
Parliamentary contacts continue as Yemen seeks to strengthen international cooperation. The Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, Abdullah Al-Ghaith, met with China's Chargé d'Affaires to Yemen, Zhao Qing, to discuss bilateral relations and recent national developments. Al-Ghaith praised China's consistent support for constitutional legitimacy, Yemen's unity and stability, as well as its humanitarian development assistance. Shura Council members highlighted China's role in supporting international peace efforts and called for expanding economic cooperation and joint programs. For its part, the Charge 8 Affairs reaffirmed China's support for the Presidential Leadership Council and the government, and its commitment to contributing to peace and stability in Yemen.
In Aden, coordination continues between military authorities and international humanitarian partners. The Deputy Chief of General Staff, Ahmed Al-Basr, met with the head of the International Committee of the Red Cross Mission in Aden, Mahmoud Abu Husayba, to review humanitarian and medical cooperation amid current security developments. The meeting discussed steps to implement directives issued by Rashad Mohammed Al-Alimi, including the closure of illegal detention facilities, the release of arbitrarily detained individuals, and the removal of military camps from within Aden. From within Aden, to reinforce the rule of law and restore the city's civilian character. Both sides also reviewed Red Cross efforts related to detainees following recent events in Hadramaut and coordination to support emergency medical response. Al-Basr praised the Red Cross humanitarian role, while the organization reaffirmed its commitment to continue with medical and humanitarian assistance in coordination with official authorities.
International reactions continue following the terrorist attack in Aden that targeted a military convoy. Several countries have condemned the terrorist attack that targeted the convoy of the 2nd Giant Brigade Commander, Hamdi Shukri, on Wednesday in the Jawala area of the interim capital, Aden, leaving a number of casualties. The U.S. Embassy in Yemen described the attack as an unjustified, offering condolences to the families of the victims. The European Union also strongly condemned the attack on forces affiliated with the government, expressing solidarity with the victims' families. In a similar statement, the German embassy in Yemen denounced the attack in the strongest terms and conveyed condolences to the families of those killed. The British embassy in Yemen likewise condemned the attack, extending sympathy to the victims' families and wishing speedy recovery to the injured.
In regional diplomacy, Yemen continues efforts to strengthen ties with Arab partners. Yemen's ambassador to Iraq, Khudair Marmash, met with Iraq's Deputy Foreign Minister for Financial and Technical Affairs, Ahmed Al-Dulaimi. During the meeting, the ambassador delivered a message from Prime Minister Shaya Al-Zindani to Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Al-Sudani. The message focused on enhancing bilateral relations between the two countries and expanding cooperation across political, economic, and technical fields in support of shared interests and stronger Arab coordination.
On regional developments, the Yemeni government has welcomed new international moves on Gaza. In a statement carried out by the Yemeni news agency, Saba, the government welcomed Donald Trump's announcement on establishing a peace council, launching the 2nd phase of the Gaza ceasefire, and starting the work of a Palestinian National Committee to manage the sector. The government said that the steps could help consolidate the ceasefire and ease humanitarian suffering in the Gaza Strip, reaffirming support for international efforts to protect civilians, ensure aid access, and advance a political solution in line with international resolutions and the two-state framework.
For continuous updates, stay with Saba Satellite Channel. Thank you for watching and have a good time.
Have a good time.